log in and join today. For those of you, my name is Gita Cartwright. I'm a senior manager at RPS. I have the privilege of working with some amazing folks, and they're joining me today. I've got Jeff Poole, our account executive out in Western Canada, so certainly looks after all the from kind of Ontario West. And then I've got Laura Forrester here. She is our director of marketing. So they are both here to help me out through the presentation and help me with questions and, basically just be there to support in case the technology, I'm not great with technology. So we're going to talk through, I go to the next slide if you don't mind, Jeff. We're going to talk through a few things today. We want to give you some idea of who RPS is. That's just our little commercial, but we're really going to dive into lead generation, client retention, and how you can use House Price Tracker to do that. We're going to show you a sample report, what it's supposed to look like. Jeff and I are going to do a quick demo for you just to show you how easy this product is to use and how quickly and easily you can share it with your clients. So let's go to the next slide. We're only going to take half an hour, guys, at the most, because we know how zoomed out you guys can be. You've got a lot of meetings on the go. What we're going to do, because we've got a few things going on, we are really encouraging you to share questions, feedback. We're going to get to them all at the very end of the presentation. So please, if something comes up while we're chatting, make note of it. Don't worry about spelling or anything grammar. It's just for us, our eyeballs to see. So please send it over. We'd love to hear from you today. So just for those of you who may not be aware of who RPS is, if you want to go back to the last slide, sorry, Jeff. So just to give you an idea of the breadth and scope of RPS. So very recently, Brookfield also acquired Sagen, previously known as Genworth. We are a Brookfield company. We've got Royal LePage under our little umbrella, so sister companies now with Sagen and Royal LePage. Just goes to show you the depth of the real estate intelligence that we have accessible to us. And that's kind of why we were wanting to share this with our broker partners. If you look at the next slide, it's really busy, but it just goes to show you the folks that we work with. And anything from data and analytics to on the appraisal side. And these are all the folks that we work with and ensure that we've made sure that we follow all their risk guidelines and their processes. So next slide, that was pretty much the RPS commercial. So let's get to our real topic for today, which is House Price Tracker. In January of this year, we decided to launch House Price Tracker. And what we were doing is for every full appraisal that our broker partners ordered, every 6 months, we would produce this report with an updated estimated value of their client's home. And we're going to do this for the next 5 years. Our brokers loved it. When they would get the report, there's an email that comes in and says, hey, by the way, this report has been generated for an appraisal that you did 6 months ago. Please share this with your clients. It will start some great conversations. It looks like the report that you see on your screen right now that Jeff is sharing. So you've got on the top, you've got your name, the customer's name, the address. It has a picture of the home because we've already done the appraisal on this property. So the information on this part will be a little bit more robust. Then you're going to see some information about that home in terms of has it appreciated in value and like type properties and different types of properties in the area that this property finds itself in. When we put this together, our goal was to really provide ways for our broker partners to have more data in their hands to share with their clients, celebrate the purchase of their real estate, but also for lead generation, because we really wanted to provide these updated values in the event you were talking to your clients about refinancing. Maybe there was something they wanted to do in the home once they've purchased it. When COVID hit, we thought we really needed to do something and be an extension of your team. So we put together an on-demand, or basically ad hoc. So you could pull these reports at any time. And we're going to go through a demo of that in just a second. But basically, the concept is exactly the same. So you're going to get House Price Tracker in two methods. And these are absolutely free for our broker partners to pull and get this data for their clients. So the best way to really show you the impactfulness, I guess, of this product is to do the demo. So just bear with Jeff. He's going to switch screens and go into what's called RPS Access. So this is the main screen that you can see Jeff is in. This is where you're going to log in. For those of you that are already using RPS, thank you. That's awesome. For those of you that have not signed up for us yet, in order to get House Price Tracker, you've got to go into our portal, the broker portal. So you're going to log in. Jeff's showing you here. If you're new, you're going to register there. The information that you need to input takes literally 30 seconds, but be mindful of how you input your information, remembering that that information is also shared on the reports. So you want it to be the way you want it to look when your clients will get one of these reports. So that's the login page or the registration page, super easy. So Jeff's already logged in. We're just going to go into the main page. This welcomes you here. We're doing a lot of enhancements to this welcome page. We want to give you as much information, so stay tuned for that. But at the top, you can see there's a few things. So you've got my dashboard. That's going to be where all your reports are, any orders that you've ordered in the past. Creating an order is where you start the process. Lender redirect. So as we know, sometimes the lender we started with doesn't end up with the lender that we finish with, and we need to move it, so that we give you the capability of doing that. Resuming an order. And of course, right here is House Price Tracker. So Jeff's going to go into that. You can see on the left-hand side, we've got a map, right? So as Jeff starts putting in our testing property, it is a real property, guys. So we're not making this property up. You can see as he's typing it in, it's going to come up, and it's the first one there. It needs to be validated by Canada Post, because we need to know that that address is valid. If, for example, you've got a rural property, perhaps it's a rural route or post office box. There have been some challenges with that. We are working on ways to even enhance how we can find addresses. So just please bear in mind that there could be the odd property that you're not able to pull up. So Jeff's found this one, and now you can see on the left-hand side, the map has changed. So it tells you where the property is. We need to know the style of the property, and I'll explain why that's important in a moment. So single family detached home, the purchase price was $575. The purchase date was August of 2015. Now, this part is also really important, guys, because we need to know the starting point so that we can use our index data in order to see what the property has appreciated, or, sadly, it could be a depreciation. We need to know where to start from. I get a lot of brokers that say, hey, I played around with the month or the date or the purchase price. That's going to skew your number. So as long as you're aware of that, you're not going to get a super accurate hit unless you have this data. If it was a refi you did for your clients, the last time it was appraised and what that value was will absolutely work for them. Now, we've got that information. We do, just going to click on Generate Report. It takes a few seconds to generate the report. I'm just going to pull it up. So you can see it looks a little different than the report that we showed you previously. The ones that you're going to get that we create every 6 months are going to have some pictures and your client's name, but that's because we have that data. This one you've created yourself, so it's going to have the property address. So when you go to save it, just save it with your client name and then, of course, the address. So what's kind of cool about this is, again, it has the map there, so we know where the property is. We talk about the estimated house price value. What a nice increase of 42% over the last, 5 years. So this can, show your clients, wow, congratulations, last 5 years have been very good for your property. If you scroll down a little bit, they've got the average value for your property type, and then below that, This is a feature I really love. It has local market insights. Let's say your clients are looking at moving up, or maybe downscaling, or going into a smaller home. This lets them know kind of what's going on in the market. What's the condo market doing? What is their single family detached doing? For some of you, you probably have a database where in a certain FSA, for example, like a postal code region, you're going to know you've got a lot of clients that fall in these categories. What a great way to reach out to them and talk about how well their property is doing based on when they would have purchased their home. We have tested this. I've gone head to head with Purview. Purview is a very different data product. It is really for your mortgage information. This is more customer centric, but I would say that it's perhaps a little less conservative, and the values are coming in very, very closely matched. Every month we refresh this data. Of course, we purchase data like everybody else, but so sometimes if the information is too new, you may not get that data. So you need to give it within 30 days or at least 30 days before you pull a report again. I'm gonna just pull out of this for a second. Look, I'm just wondering if anybody has any questions about this report. It's very, very easy to use. Like I said, it's free for you to use. You just need to log into RPS, create your profile, and then you're able to go in and order these. It's very intuitive. So again, coast to coast, no matter where you guys are, you'll be able to access this. Again, I've chatted with brokers who have had tremendous success with this. Great for lead generation, and great for client retention. I think back in my past life, I worked in the retail bank part of the world and or the industry. And one of the biggest mistakes we made was not connecting with our clients enough, so that when their mortgage came due for renewal, it was almost too late. We hadn't spent enough time chatting with them throughout their time, and that puts them at risk. This way, you're constantly contacting them. There's just one more reason to reach out, and all these warm touch points are great for that. I know, excuse me, Laura has put down if there are any questions. I know you're all on mute, so it makes it a little hard for you guys to ask questions, but certainly please feel free to use the chat function. It's at the very right-hand side of the screen if you have any questions for us. While we're waiting, anything that maybe I missed or that you wanted to add?
I just had to unmute myself. No, that was great. It does work Canada-wide, as Gita mentioned. I'm out in Vancouver, and I use it quite a bit. I deal with most of the brokers in Western Canada, and we have, like Gita said, we have great success. And of course, property values have increased quite a bit out here, so it's fun to see some of the reactions from people when they bought their property 15 or 20 years ago, and they see their prices has increased by 150% over that period of time. It's kind of fun. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it could be a very good news story. So that's absolutely amazing. That's true. That where we picked this property that we're looking at, guys, is just outside of Ottawa, in the Ottawa area. So we just thought that might be sort of a middle of the road. We know that it's very different when you go coast to coast, when you took a look at property values.
Gita, there is one question. Do you want me to read it out to you? It says, why is there two values in the report?
Yeah, so you can see here that the appraised value was where it started, and this is the current estimated value, is what they're estimating that this property is worth. What you may also be referring to perhaps is the variance at the bottom, where it shows where the property lies between that. Remembering that in every FSA, every postal code area, you're going to have, or like any street, for example, you're going to have the high end and you might have the low end. So this really takes into consideration the property type specifically, but it also says that, for example, knowing what we know about this property, this is where it's at. But it could be something like a extremely unique property, in that FSA, and maybe that could mean it's got a higher value. I had a situation with a broker where there were extremely unique condo market where the actual balcony was over 800 square feet. That increased the value exponentially, but we were having a little bit of a tough time capturing that with this, just because of that, because it's unique. What you can do, and what we didn't show you, is if you go back to the screen, Jeff, if you're able to, you can actually add a renovation. So you can put something down in there. So for example, if they've done a kitchen, landscaping, whatever it might be. In this case, when it was that balcony, we kind of created a renovation so that we could get a better idea, excuse me, of what that property might be worth based on that balcony enhancement. So we're always going to give you a bit of a range, but it is specific to the home because we do have data based on that. So I certainly hope that answers your question. Great question, by the way. Were there any other questions, Laura, that you, I don't know, I'm sorry guys, sometimes I can't see all the questions, so bear with us as that's why my good friends are here with me to help me out with this.
I don't see any questions. No.
Yeah,
okay.
There's no other questions right now, other than a great comment that they don't have any questions, and it looks like it's a fantastic tool.
Amazing. You know what, guys? We're gonna let you guys go early only because we know your time is valuable, but it's a great tool. I really encourage you to try it. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask also for your appraisal business if we can. The tool is amazing. Reach out to us if you have questions. Your feedback is important to us. We really do genuinely want to be an extension of your team. We wish you tremendous success. We know this year has been challenging, and next year proves to be just as challenging, I think. We'll have our work cut out for us. So we want to be there every step of the way. We will be doing some different webinars in the new year. Please stay tuned. Please look out for it. We want to continue to bring value to you guys and help you with your business. So with that, at just about 20 after, we're going to let you guys. Thank you. And Jeff, I could not have done this without you, seriously. And I want to wish everybody a great day and take care.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, thank you.